our work is not necessarily short. So sometimes those are very long papers, and to do a good job takes a lot of effort and time. Yeah, my name is Stylianos Hadjimanolis, but people call me Stelios or people call me Dr. C. I'm a professor of entomology here at the Department of Biology, Geology, and Environmental Science. I teach entomology, invertebrate zoology, systematics, parasitology, and evolution. I'm interested in figuring out what kind of species of insects live in southeastern United States, and I mainly focus on beetles. So I go out and put traps and I collect insects, and then we bring them into the lab, we process them, which means we pin them, label them, database them, and then identify them so we can learn what kind of insects live around here. So there are very few people who actually specialize in exactly the same group of insects that I'm working, and maybe there are like 10 people in the world. With those 10 people I have very good relationships. We strive to make each other better. I was an undergraduate student in Greece, and I was always interested in natural history. My sophomore year I went to the Natural History Museum there and talked to the director saying, hey, I'm interested in natural history. And he said, do you have a particular organism? I said, no. So we'll start with entomology and then spend that 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then rotate to learn everybody. I started with entomology and I like the people there, so I never left. The way it works is when I try to describe a new species, I need to examine all the materials that are available for a particular group of. So what I do is I write to natural history museums and I say, hey, I'm studying this genus called Plesiopterus, can you please send me your materials? Most of them will be happy to send me the materials because from their end they want people to work on what they have, and they are interested in having new species in their collections. So they know that, if I work on them or other people work on them, they will get new species. So we are interested in documenting Earth's biodiversity. So species exist even if we don't know that they're there. So what we do is we try to sort of capture the knowledge that's already there. So basically we try to figure out what kind of organisms are present on Earth. And when you describe a new species, you sort of figure out not only, okay, this is a new species, but you start figuring out where they belong in the cycle of nature, right? And I collect only things that I don't know what they are, right? So if I walk and see like 5 ladybird beetles on a tree, I will not collect them because I know what they are and I know where I found them, so I can make a note. But if I see like a ground beetle that I've never seen in my life before, and I usually collect it just because to get a record of that specimen. Right. And I like I'm very self-aware that very few people in the world actually care about the details of my work. But it's self-fulfilling. I really enjoy what I'm doing, and it does contribute to the overall knowledge of scientific knowledge. So I'm happy with that as well. Right. And I have 24 students. Semester has a lab, and for the class, students have to make an insect collection, and they need to collect 80 different species. And some people love it because they have absolute control of that grade. The more work, the more they collect, the better the grade. But that's how the teaching collection grows at the university here. I sort of keep all of these collections, and then I incorporate their specimens into our teaching collection. And then future students will use the specimens collected. Right, so collections are active, they're not like just depositories, they're not banks. We actively use the specimens in the collections. I've been doing it for the last 20 years, and I hope I have another 20 years to go. So, bye.